He has the befores and afters to prove it. Mason Gay from Withee, Wisconsin in Clark County cleans up well. What began a couple years ago as an offer to help pressure wash for family members turned to opportunity when he found some paying customers.
My grandma's sister, she needed her house pressure washed. I'm like, oh, maybe I could give her a quote or something. And so that was my first customer. After that, I think I created a Facebook page, got some business cards. I went door knocking in the neighboring town. I was too scared to do it in our town. And I got 3 jobs in the first day, just door knocking.
With $800 in his pocket, Purity Pressure Washing and Services was born. How did you know how to do all that stuff and not ruin somebody's deck?
I practiced by myself sometimes. My parents had a house.
Did he tell you he was gonna, experiment a little bit on your house to try and figure out how to do some of this stuff?
Well, no. I came home from work one day and he had everything out in the yard, big goggles on and respirator and chemicals.
With trial and error behind him and the blessing from his parents, well, sort of.
First, he didn't come and ask. He just said, I'm doing this.
You said it.
And then we said, don't fall.
Yes. It's, nerve-wracking.
Mason has been growing the operation ever since. He's invested in new equipment.
Yeah, this summer I upgraded from my old pressure washer to a 4.4 gallon per minute, 4,400 PSI commercial pressure washer.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds fancy.
It's big.
And new services. He's even donated hundreds in profits to local charities. Those door knocks now delegated to his growing payroll.
I hired one of my buddies last year and he helped me a little bit this summer.
And make him do the grunt work.
Yep. Delegate the stuff I don't like.
Not bad for a 3-sport athlete and football state champion.
And he holds a 4.0.
His busy schedule, part of the reason he decided to start working for himself in the first place. So what you're telling me, it's much better to be the boss.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
His work ethic and success helping power him to his greatest title yet. Junior Achievement, Young Entrepreneur, Finalist. Ben Handelman, Fox 6 News.
Hello, judges. My name is Mason Gay, and I am the owner of Purity Pressure Washing and Services. I started this business in May of 2023 to generate an income while balancing a demanding schedule of academics, extracurriculars, and athletics. Purity Pressure Washing and Services isn't just another startup. It's a business built on exceptional service and genuine personal relationships. This is a business that doesn't just meet expectations. It exceeds them, driving growth and establishing long-lasting customer loyalty. What started as a basic operation with a pressure washer, a few hoses, and a borrowed truck has now grown through reinvestment. I've upgraded to an enclosed trailer, better equipment, and new systems, which improved efficiency and expanded services. This last summer, I generated $15,800 in revenue in just 9 weeks, with $6,200 in expenses, making my business highly profitable. Looking ahead, I plan for even greater growth through commercial contracts and seasonal maintenance programs, creating stable, reoccurring revenue. Beyond financial success, this business has shaped me as a leader. I've honed my communication skills, developed a disciplined work ethic, and learned how to manage operations efficiently. To streamline my processes, I implemented a structured invoicing system for clear documentation and bookkeeping. I also linked my social media platforms to schedule content across multiple channels, increasing engagement and reducing marketing time. Research has been crucial to my growth. I've studied equipment advancements and consulted industry professionals to refine my technique and business strategy. This has enabled me to optimize cleaning processes, improve cost efficiency, and stay ahead of industry trends. By continuously learning and adapting, I'm positioning Purity Pressure Washing for long-term sustainability. Overcoming challenges has been key to my success. Competing with larger companies required me to differentiate myself through exceptional service and personal connections. And balancing my workload with school and extracurriculars required strong time management. To increase efficiency, I hired a friend to handle door knocking and lead generation while I focused on completing jobs. And strategic investments like that have allowed me to grow without overextending my budget, ensuring profitability. Community engagement is a core value of my business. I sponsored school organizations to give back and provided free or discounted services to seniors in my community, reinforcing Purity Pressure Washing's role as a contributor, not just a for-profit venture. Looking ahead, I plan to scale operations, refine my marketing, and expand service areas. By implementing advanced cleaning techniques, hiring employees, and securing commercial contracts, I will establish Purity Pressure Washing as a regional leader. I'm committed to increasing profitability and building a lasting business. Purity Pressure Washing Services is more than just a business. It's a testament to my dedication, adaptability, and vision for the future. I'm truly grateful to the Junior Achievement for providing me with the opportunity to compete in the Young Entrepreneur of the Year contest. Thank you for your time, consideration, and for supporting young entrepreneurs like myself.
This is really impressive. 3 sports, general manager, 4.0 GPA, and you have the final tonight as well?
Yeah.
For the Coast Guard. Best of luck tonight. It's really impressive what you've been achieving, and looking at your profit and how you structure your business and the documentation, and really having clear focus on differentiating your business, and looking in the future to create kind of a competitive advantage is just amazing. A question to you is, you hired a colleague really to help you and support you while managing your profitability. What did you learn as a boss?
That hiring an employee or someone who shares the same values as you in your business is very important. So my buddy, he's very driven, determined, and detail-oriented guy. He likes to perform excellence in everything he does, just like I do. And so having him on my crew and helping me made it a little bit easier for me. I wasn't worrying if he was doing the job halfway or not, but because I'm one of those types of people who, if you're going to do something, you got to do it right the first time. You got to do it all the way. And so having someone like that who shares the same values is very important.
So again, Mason, I have to agree. This is absolutely amazing. I love the presentation. I am, as Al shared earlier, I'm a visual person, so this definitely screams, I'm a successful business owner. I'm profitable, so thank you for this. I wanted to ask you 2 questions. One, what makes you so unique? I mean, because your profit margin is incredible. What makes you so unique compared to other competitors? And then water. I look at our environment. Water is always at the top, whether you were talking about ecosystems or you're talking about Mother Earth. What are some things that you've also implemented from a sustainability standpoint and also just a Mother Earth responsibility standpoint?
Yeah, those are both great questions. So as I am the sole operator and owner, there's a lot of transparency in the work I do. So I handle everything from the phone call to giving the quote to doing the job to the follow-up and everything. And so it's super genuine. I mean, you're not talking to one person, having someone else come out who has no idea what's going on. Because you'll have that with larger businesses, people who delegate the smaller tasks to other people or don't fill in all the blanks to everybody. And so when you're working with me, you know everything from the start to finish. I like to explain the processes I do, and it's just very transparent. Everything about my process is very transparent, and the customers really appreciate that.
So you're a young guy, and I'm envisioning if you showed up at my front door, okay, and I see you and I see your age, I think, does this guy really know what he's doing? He's pretty young. How long, what kind of experience does he have? How do you convince your customers that you can do the job? And that's my first part of my question. The second part is, have you ever had an unhappy customer, somebody that was not happy with the work that you did, and how did you take care of that?
So with the unhappy part, I'm actually proud. I've never had any customer who was unsatisfied with what I've done, and I pride myself in that a lot. But back to the door knocking and confronting people, I go up there and I tell them I've been in business for 2 years, I do exceptional work, and I always insist on giving out one of my business cards. On one of my business cards, you can see I got a QR code that brings you straight to my Facebook page. So they get to see the physical results, the before and afters, and so they can see that I've done exceptional work. And I've had people ask for references from prior people who've hired me, and so they're happy for me to give out their number as references. So that helps as well.
Do you have to be bonded to do this work that you're doing? Insurance and all that?
Yeah, I'm completely insured. I stay off of roofs. I mean, that's the only thing I'm not covered for. So when I do my roof washes, I do that off the ladder and stuff. But yeah, completely insured in everything I do. I've done some commercial projects, so I just show them a proof of insurance, and we get on working, I guess.
Congratulations. This is very impressive.
Thank you. My mom helped me with that one.
All right. Well, hey, I just wanted to first of all talk about, when I think about the characteristics of a young entrepreneur, I think about resourcefulness. I think about someone that takes initiative. I think about adaptability, and then lastly, grit, especially, at this stage. And you embody all of that, so I applaud you. I also, as a banker, and like Denise, like the detailed financial statements. Transparency is great. So really nice job with that. One of the things that you mentioned in your presentation, and you kind of hinted at that, I'm hoping we could expand on it, is the importance of relationships.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how do you define that, whether you're establishing a relationship, strengthening a relationship. It could be with a customer, with an employee, partners, vendors, etc. Love to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah. So I'm sure you've heard this before. A lot of people make a snapshot judgment of you in the first 10 seconds they meet you. So, presenting myself well in those first 10 seconds and coming off as confident and knowledgeable is really important for me. And so when I greet a customer, I greet them with a smile. I greet them confidently. I let them know what they're getting into and what I offer. And I'm just very, like I said, very transparent about the whole operation. And so just being, knowledgeable and successful, I've got work that shows for me.
The proof is in the pudding, right?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's great. I highlight that because I think any one of us could talk about how our businesses evolve, right? But the one thing that's constant is relationships, right? I always say relationships before task, and if you do that, if you focus on building those relationships and adding value and adding trust, that'll add tremendous benefit to you and your business in the long term. So
Great value. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
I've completed jobs for people, and you get that first impression. They go tell your neighbors, and I'm back the next week doing 3 more jobs. And so, like you said, the relationship is everything. Networking and just knowing people.
I would agree. The most important people in our business is our people, and I let them know that. I used to think the customer was the most important. Don't get me wrong here. The customer's pretty darn important. But when your team members, and you're not really there yet, you've got one person that you bring along as a employee. As you grow, your team is so important to you. And when they know that, they will take care of your guests or your customers like your mom would have taken care of them. That's what I believe. I see that you did 15,000 in sales last year. Is that right? And you had expenses of what, 6,000 or?
Just somewhere around there.
Somewhere. Okay. So I noticed that blue truck, the trailer. Where's the money coming from to buy that stuff?
So I've worked since I was 12. When I was 12 and COVID hit, I got a job at a apple orchard just across the river, I guess, a little ways away. So I was able to ride my 3-wheeler to work and work there.
So you've been saving your money all
Yeah.
this time.
And at 14, the day I turned 14, March 1st, I got a job at a local A&W. I worked there. And then I guess right after I turned 16, I started this business. And I worked at a local lawn care business for 2 summers.
Okay.
So I've been busy working.
So, of that 15,000, what do you take out of that? What's your pay?
So this summer I took home about 9,000, but I have a lot of personal expenses. My parents take pride in teaching us financial literacy and stability, so we cover a lot of our own expenses.
Are you taking any business classes in high school?
Yeah, and right now I've convinced some of the administrators in my school to let me take like real estate courses or courses that are more about what I want to learn about. So I'm taking some finance, business management classes, entrepreneur, and I'm planning on going to college for an entrepreneurship degree.
Good. Are you familiar with an income statement?
Yes.
Profit and loss statement?
Yes.
Very, very important to you, to any business. So.
Yeah. Hated learning about them, but yeah, I do know them.
You're an impressive person, Mason. You really are. I'm very impressed by your personality. You might want to look into Culver someday. We'd be interested in having you.
Of course, after you pursue Culver's, Haribo's there too, so we'll take our turn next. You've mentioned that that you engage with community, and it is important for entrepreneur business as well to do well by doing good to the community, and you've mentioned that. Can you elaborate a little bit more about what community means to you and your potential and your business?
Yes, I'm really glad you actually asked that question. I would love to. So since a young age, I was inspired by some young entrepreneurs in my community D. Welsh, he owns some A&Ws, I think just about 10 of them. And then my football coach, Terry Lowby, he's the owner of Hanson Masonry. And they both give back to the community in tremendous amounts, whether it's like advocating or donating or just supporting school organizations. And so that's been a lifelong goal for me. And so I guess this is a step in building a business, or I guess just the entrepreneurial knowledge towards building a business that will allow me to give back to the community the way that entrepreneurs that have inspired me have. So.